to start thinking about getting the mail out for Christmas. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. So they came up with some drop-dead dates, on what you need to do to get all this stuff out. There's one that's common with all of them, the Post Office, UPS, and FedEx, and that is December 15th for, the ground shipping.
Exactly. I was going to say the same thing. If it's not... if you don't want to pay big prices, you got to have it in the mail before December 15th.
Yeah, the middle of December. And then you're going to be fine. And then I noticed UPS and FedEx have all the same dates. The 21st, 22nd, 23rd is the countdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, boom, if it's going to get there in time. The one thing I did notice is that FedEx is doing Christmas Eve.
Right. You are going to pay a premium, and I don't know that for a fact. I haven't looked to see how much it's going to cost. But if you wait until December 24th to try to get it somewhere, if you don't take it yourself.
And here's what I wonder. Do they dress in red? And do they show up first thing in the morning, ring the doorbell, and wait and hand it to the kid? That might be a cool little service.
Oh, my God. That would be so cool. But the thing is, I think, is December 15th, have it in the mail. And then you save yourself some money and stress and worry and all that.
And I'm trying to figure out, it's October. Why do they want us to know this now?
Wait. That's 2 months from tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you've got to do the shopping. You've got to find out what they want. You've got to do the shopping. You've got to do the wrapping.
I'm going to forget.
Well, if you forget
You're going to have to look at this all over again in December.
Rob and Liz,
his morning crew.
$2,500. Somebody will get that if they take a break from social media for a total of 25 days. They're calling it a social detox.
Right.
Social media detox.
Yeah, social media challenge is going to pay. Now, I'm not exactly sure how many people that they're going to pay to do this, but it looks like it is going to be multiple people. And then I guess there's going to be maybe a winner at the end if somebody actually can make it through.
Well, and it's going to be really tough. This is legit. I mean, they're you not only do you take a break, you have to delete the apps off your phone. No temptation whatsoever. They're going to give you an app, and so they'll be able to track it. And then you talk about how you got through the day without social media.
And you have to track your moods. Kind of like if you're, on a program for dietary reasons, you keep a journal of that kind of thing. It's going to be almost the same thing, but at the end of it, you even have to put a video together to talk about your experience.
Yeah, and then $2,500. After 25 days, and then you put your Snapchat and your social media all back on your phone, and you live life as normal again.
Would you put it back? If you were able to get 25 days in without all of that, would you keep that trend go? I would try.
I have no idea.
I would definitely try because I find myself scrolling through certain things, social media, looking at my friend when... I should be doing other things.
It can be a waste of time.
Laundry.
Yeah, all that other stuff. So we'll see how that goes for the people.
Rob and Liz,
his morning crew.
Talked to Pamela yesterday, who supports his radio. And to me, Pamela and her husband are superheroes. Hi, it's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. Let me tell you, people who support his radio like Pamela offer the hope of Jesus every single day. You see, Pamela's son, she was telling me, had open heart surgery a year ago. He's still depressed today, so he's walking through a journey. She has another daughter who passed away. And now Pamela and her husband are raising a 10 and 13-year-old, their grandchildren. Wow. She sounds like she's 30. It's amazing when I was talking to her yesterday. And then she told me she has another daughter that's living with her because of what happened in the home. And so now her other daughter, and their kids are in their home. And so this family is just walking through it. But what is so amazing to me, number one, she supports the station. And number two, when I was talking to her, she sounded so peaceful in the middle of all of this. And she listens to his radio and she hears about the hope of Jesus every single day. And I'm thinking because of people like you, Pamela and her entire family have the hope of Jesus because you're supporting his radio that gets that message to her every day.
That is where you get that peace and that hope, and it's only through Jesus. And that's why Grandma Pamela, raising all those kids and going through all of that stuff, is able to have a smile on her face and make that call or go online and say, I want to share that same hope with somebody else that's walking the same shoes or something maybe even harder than they're going through.
So how many Pamelas can you help out and families with a gift of support? Share-a-thon starts on Tuesday, and it's a 4-day share-a-thon. We've shortened share-a-thon, which means that we need a lot of people to do their very best before share-a-thon gets here. It'll be a big jump start to share-a-thon. You love his radio. You're a part of the family. How many Pamelas can you help out with a gift and share the hope of Jesus? Very easy to get through and give your gift right now.
It is just by texting the word give to 800-447-7234. Go to hisradio.com, or if you're on the My His Radio app, just tap the app to give.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
It sounds disgusting. I kind of want to try it, and I usually don't want to try disgusting things, to be honest with you.
Why?
Well, this is candy corn and bratwurst. And it's not candy corn that tastes like bratwurst. It's bratwurst with candy corn shoved in it and then cooked.
Right. While they're packaging it, they get the candy corn down in the little, what is that even called? I don't even know what that's called.
It's called bratwurst.
Okay. The little wrapper thing that it's in. Yeah, and so they're putting the candy corn down in it, and then it sort of melts. I can see a salty sweet thing is what they're going for, but I don't like candy corn at all anyway.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm not a candy corn fan, but I kind of want to try this because it's different. Because it's not candy corn tasting like bratwurst, which would be, ugh, but it's candy corn in the bratwurst, literally shoved in there.
Yes, an actual piece of candy corn.
Not pieces.
Pieces.
It's like all over it.
Right, and it sort of melts, but it's not like it melts completely. So
you
can
cook it,
still
it's got to
see.
melt more, right?
I mean, I guess.
You're looking at that. She's looking at pictures, and this is
Yes.
them raw. You cook them; they've got to do something inside when you cook, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if it would actually completely dissolve when you cook it.
Ooh, and then really kind of.
That's what I'm saying. Kind of harden.
Yeah. I'm not going to eat a whole bratwurst with a candy corn in it. I just want
a bite.
Well, I want a bite with the candy corn in it. Yeah.
I do
Make
not.
it happen.
No.
Yeah. Why? You don't want to smell the bratwurst with the candy corn?
No, I mean, bratwurst is so yummy, but
Oh, then this is you. You like this.
I don't like candy corn.
Yeah, but you might now because they flavored it with bratwurst.
I've tried all the different variations of candy corn, the little sugar pumpkins that are basically the same thing. But
Oh, yeah. But this is candy corn.
what's that
It's
mean?
the real candy corn. It's not the flavored candy corn. It's the normal candy corn that's not doctored. They just shoved the candy corn into the bratwurst.
What do you mean real candy corn?
Yeah.
What? I'm asking.
The different flavors. The different flavors.
Oh, the original.
I'll call it the original.
The OG. I got you.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
good. I was
Okay.
calling it real.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
The remake, the reboot of Home Alone, I wish they didn't touch it.
The original
Seriously.
is so good.
It is. Why redo it? You know? Because it's a classic that's watched every year by a lot of people who really like Home Alone. I like the first two.
I do too. And then it gets a little wonky.
It
And then
gets
there's
weird
a new
after that.
kid, and it's just not the same.
Yeah, but Kevin, I mean,
Yes.
don't touch the classics. Here's one I hope they never touch, and that's The Christmas Story. I hope they never touch The Christmas Story, and I'll tell you why. Because a great memory is attached to it. My oldest loves that show.
Oh, really?
So every year it came on, we're all sitting down as a family watching it, having good memories about Christmas.
Okay, so
You know?
like what is that puffy jacket that he's in and all that good stuff, the Christmas Story, is that the one that they show nonstop on television for a whole day or something?
Oh yeah, they'll do
Okay.
marathons
Yeah.
of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's some that I hope they never, ever touch.
Christmas Vacation for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't ever want to see that redone.
She watches the edited version.
I do. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I watch the edited version of every movie, just about.
So it's cleaned up some, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when I run across it when it's not, and I'm like, oh, what?
Wait, he said, huh?
He did
what?
what?
He was
Oh,
yelling
my.
that?
Yes. No.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's, I'm thinking there's some things just don't touch. But they did with Home Alone, so we'll see how it goes. Watch it be good.
Yeah.
The best thing ever.
It's still not going to be as good as the original. So Christmas Story's yours. Christmas Vacation is mine. What's the one movie that nobody should ever touch and try to remake it?
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
So Becky said, Rudolph, don't touch it. Don't remake it like they're doing Home Alone.
If
Home
they touch
Alone's doing a
Rudolph,
remake.
it's going to be awful.
I know. So Becky says that. And then Debbie texts and said, It's a Wonderful Life. Don't remake It's a Wonderful Life. 800-447-7234.
Mason said, Jingle All the Way. I love that movie. He said, that movie has always been my favorite. I watch it every year. He said, Arnold, who is in that movie, absolutely makes that movie. And then, of course, Sinbad being in it, he makes the movie as well.
I've never seen it. I don't think I've heard of
You've
it.
never seen Jingle All the Way? It's so good.
No.
It's so good.
Here's Lisa. So what about you, Lisa?
Our movie is Elf with Will Ferrell. You know, he has a appetite that just won't quit. I have a sister who has a sugar problem, and I've always joked with her that she could eat the spaghetti with the maple syrup on it just like him.
That's awesome.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I'm talking to Sonia yesterday, who was telling me how much your giving means to her because of the hope that she finds in Jesus every single day through his radio. Hi, it is Rob and Liz. So here she is a couple of years ago, and her daughter, who now is 14 years old, is just scanning the dial and just wanting to hear something, and it lands on his radio. And she's like, oh, my word, this sounds so good. So every day to school, she's going, Mom, let's listen to his radio. Every day, same thing. So she's listening all the time. And then Sonia's like listening to every song, hearing what we're saying, and all of a sudden goes, I need this Jesus in my life. This is 2 years ago. And then she gets baptized, and she's going to church. Absolutely amazing. Her daughter has autism, and she has a younger son who is nonverbal autistic. And then she's traveling through a really rough spot in her marriage, and now she's on her own, raising her kids. But she sounded to me with a lot of peace and patience and joy in the middle of all that stuff that she's going through because she hears about the hope of Jesus every single day. His radio is a part of her life, and now she's living for Jesus because of it.
And it's not an accident that happened, that her daughter was scanning the dial, and it just so happened that they found his radio, and something in the song, whatever was going on at that time, grabbed her attention, and she felt like she needed it in her life. That is not an accident.
And I'm just curious. And she'll give all the credit to her daughter. Her daughter's the one who brought her to Jesus because she's the one who found his radio.
So sweet.
Absolutely amazing
sweet.
When you think about it. I'm wondering how many Sonias that you can help out with your gift of support. Share-a-thon is Tuesday. It begins on Tuesday, and we're raising the operational budget for this listener-supported radio station. And we really would love for you to jump on board today because you'll give a good jump start to Share-a-thon next week with your gift of support. Be a More Than Music mission partner at $30 a month.
And just think of that teenager scanning that dial looking for something to bring Jesus into their family. That's your opportunity to make it happen. You can text the word GIVE, 800-447-7234, hisradio.com. Tap the My His Radio app.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
If you have one of those dashboards on your cars, that you can plug your phone into, and then all of a sudden a whole tech world opens up, wonder how much of it you really use. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio, because evidently they're saying a lot of people don't use all the tech that's available in the car. Like, for instance, one that I drive supposedly has its own way to parallel park. You let it do it for you. I've never used it, and I don't even know how to use it, but I know how to parallel park, so I have no need for it.
Would you trust it? Is that
No,
why you
I wouldn't trust
There's
it.
no way I would
I don't want
trust
to
that.
bang into somebody's car or hop up onto the curb or something like that. I know how to parallel park.
Right.
So I just,
Ooh.
I'm not going to use it.
I think I use almost all the tech in my car.
You think you do?
I feel like I do. There's navigation that is in, and it doesn't work right now after a service
Okay,
appointment.
so she doesn't use that one.
Because I can't, but I feel like I do. Like I have the air conditioning through the seats. We use that.
Wow, you fancy.
I didn't even know.
I have air
in the
conditioning
car.
on the face.
You know what I'm used to? Air conditioning when I roll the window down.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think I use most of it, but I can see you pay for certain things you think you'll use and then you don't.
That could be, yeah. I mean, and these are for the fancy. I mean, but even the basic dashboard stuff, not using all the tech.
Was it Apple CarPlay when it comes in and you can do all the different tech. I'm not a tech girl, so I don't even know what to call it.
I'm just letting her go.
I know, right? He just looks at me like, "Come on, get out of it."
let's see you on this one.
Yeah.
You know, but there are several things, that you could have there and have no idea that it could make life easy.
Do you use the parking cameras at all?
I don't like to.
Oh, I do.
The only time I'll look is to see, is there somebody else back there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm safe. But then I use the rear view mirrors and I look back because I still feel like I'm going to hit something.
Well, I think, yes. I think you can use it in certain situations to see how close you are to a curb or whatever. But yes, you always have to look around because
I feel like I have to.
It's not going to pick up everything.
Well, some people can use those things and boss it. Not me.
I'm not trusting it.
Yeah, so I don't know. Take a look at if you've got one of those connected kind of dashboard things, even the most basic one. I wonder how much of the tech you're actually using.